Hello, everybody. We are so glad to be with you today. Love and Money Live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have pink balloons in the background.
Yes, thank you, Allison Galloway.
Yes,
You're
thank
the best.
you. You're the best. Just a fun friend treat. Today, it is 10 years since I was diagnosed with cancer.
10 years today.
10 years ago today.
Weird.
And stage 3 breast cancer. So thankful
Praise
to be
you,
alive.
Lord. Yep.
We're just so thankful, and friends are celebrating. My sister-in-law brought us flowers, and so it's just a really exciting day.
It's been a party all day long.
It has been, and we're just so excited to be with you. This is a really, really important Love and Money Live, so listen up. We are so excited to be sharing this with you. Today we're going to talk about how important it is and to really understand mistakes that happen. So the 3 biggest mistakes and reasons why relationships don't work. And this is absolutely key to understand, because if you understand what's not working, then you can actually do a much better job at figuring out how to make things happen right. So we're going to dive right in, aren't we, honey?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm excited. All right, so these are the 3 biggest mistakes, all right? So the first, hey, look.
What?
It matches.
What
That's kind of
matches?
cool. My nail polish.
Okay.
It's kind of fun. That was weird. Okay. Anyway, let's dive in. The first one is, it's all about you.
Yeah.
You know, so many times, and another word for that is selfishness. But a lot of times, especially if we're frustrated in a relationship, it kind of turns to being all about us all of the time. And that's one of the biggest mistakes, is when you're not turning your eyes off of yourself and putting them on the other person.
And I think it gets harder. I know for us, it's gotten harder the longer that we've been married. You know, that's just the reality. The longer you're married, it does kind of become a little bit more about you. You know, when it's just the 2 of you and there's no kids, and then you have kids and you go into this crazy survival mode, it really is really easy to be all about you.
It really, really is. So what are some ways that you can kind of turn that around and turn it around quickly? Because you will be amazed at, if you do these couple things, how quickly your relationship will just take a great turn for the better. All right, first of all, work on outgiving each other. You know, if I said, okay, I'm going to really work at doing more around the house, or helping and doing things, things for him, writing notes. Notes are a great way to kind of
super encouraging. She is so much better. I'm lame at that. Lame. I get sticky notes all the time, and they make me so happy. I need to reciprocate that.
Okay, this is so
Sorry,
funny.
I apologize.
So I write sticky notes, and I always write love, me. Okay, so that's what I say on the sticky note. So, I think you're great, or blah, blah, blah. Love, me. Our son, Cole, get a load of this. This is so hysterical. Our son, Cole, goes, Dad, are you doing okay? And Scott's like, yeah, I'm doing it. Well, I mean, you write yourself a lot of notes.
You write yourself a lot of letters of encouragement. I'm like, what? What are you talking? That's Mom. My handwriting's not that good. And he's like, oh, okay. Well, I was getting a little worried about you. And I thought, how funny is that?
What a great problem to have your kids see and say. So, so work on outgiving each other, write each other notes. You will be amazed at how you can just, again, turn the relationship around. Now, one of the things that a lot of people appreciate are acts of service.
I'm a huge acts of service guy.
Huge acts of service. So I try to do a lot of acts of service, because that's going to really speak a lot to him. So, like, for example, he usually takes out the garage, rolls the garage can. What did I say, garage?
You said garage.
I meant garbage, you're right. Garbage can down on the driveway. And so I do it every once in a while. It's just something that he normally does, but it's like, I just want to, do that. He oftentimes empties the dishwasher. So sometimes, if there's an opportunity, I'll empty the dishwasher.
I often empty the dishwasher?
Often is not correct.
Right. I always empty the dishwasher.
You always do, and I try to sometimes, but that's a way that, because that's kind of his thing,
Yeah, it is
Every once in a while, I'm kind of in charge, if you will, of education in for our kids, and he'll, quiz the kids on something, or help them with a really big project. That really means a lot to me. So giving to each other and not having it be all about me all the time is what really makes the love grow. Okay, so that's number 1. What's number 2?
Okay, I want to hit the second point. That's what I'm going to hit right there.
Okay.
So we listen to this amazing Pastor Preston, from a church in Scottsdale called Gateway Scottsdale. Amazing guy.
Love you.
Like,
is awesome.
The guy is off the hook, just crazy. So anyways, but he came up, and now we're incorporating these into our own relationship. So we're quick studies. So we're having other couples do this just to see how it goes. But he said that what you do is, so this is the question that I asked Bethany, and we're doing it with our kids too. What can I do to support you 7 days a week in these 6 areas? So it's levels of support. How can I support you?
Every 7 days.
Yeah, every 7 days. What can I do to support you? So you ask this question every 7 days. If you ask them every day, it'd be kind of creepy. Yeah. But every 7 days, how can I help you spiritually? How can I help you emotionally? How can I help you physically? How can I help you relationally? How can I help you financially? And how can I help you professionally? So how can we come alongside each other? How can I help you? Because that's a profession.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
It's a lot harder work than what I do.
why don't you repeat those one more time real slow?
So what can I do to support you spiritually? What can I do to support you emotionally? That's a huge one. What can I do to support you physically? Meaning, do you need to take walks? Do you need to go for a run? How can I take the kids so you can do that? What can I do relationally? And that's basically, what can I do better in our relationship to help you out? What can I do financially? And we're the money couple, so we're all about that. And you hear us talk about that all the time. And then what can I do professionally to help you?
Yeah. And what a great way. You know, he gave a great example. He said, you know, what he needs emotionally from his kids once a week is he needs each kid, I think he has 3 kids. He really wants them, 4 kids, run up to him and say, I love you, Daddy, and give him a big hug.
Yep.
That's what he needed. And so, you know, we're still working through our things, but we just wanted to share this with you because it's just made our relationship better, just because we have kind of an intentional way to make sure that we're helping and supporting each other and not having it be selfish, all about me all the time. All right, so it's all about you. Outgive each other, do an outreach once a week, and then ask your spouse the question over the next 7 days, how can I support you in these areas? All right, so that's the first one. The second mistake that we make is we're not listening. I mean, how many times are you like I really work on this, but I finished Scott's sentences for him sometimes.
Yeah, he asks me a lot too.
Yeah. Do you guys ever have that, like when someone's talking, they go, yeah. So I do that, and I'm not meaning to be mean, but I just am like.
She can read my mind anyway.
I think I can, but I can't. But I think I can, and it's just that's a sign of not listening, of letting Scott finish his sentence, finish his thought thoroughly, and not swishing it underneath the carpet, kind of thing. It's super, super important. Now, one of the reasons we don't listen really well is cell phones. I mean, if you are on your cell phone and your spouse starts talking, set the cell phone down for just a second and show that person respect. Because it's like a lot of times we're on our cell phone, they're talking to you, but you're working on something and we're multitasking, and that just doesn't show you care. And you're not really listening. So we just can't stress how important that is. Binge TV watching, are you really listening to the person when you're watching TV? And one of the things that bugs me so much is when husbands, now maybe wives do it too, but when husbands go, yes, dear, and they're just kind of, it's a little condescending. They're not really listening to you. They're just kind of yes-dearing you. And it just does not make the love grow. Can we just say that? Yeah.
I think technology is awesome and I embrace it, but especially with our teenage boys, we're just having to be more and more intentional about putting those dadgum cell phones down, especially during dinner. We're not allowed to have them at the dinner table anymore. As a matter of fact, the other night, mine was sitting on the counter, and my phone rang during dinner, and I picked it up, and my oldest son was like, Dad, what's with the cell phone? And I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. I've got to do that.
We just call it the no phone zone.
No phone zone. We're getting to the point, too, where we're just putting them down earlier in the night.
Earlier.
Yeah, it's a listening killer.
Yeah, it really
is modern technology.
A couple things. This is a great article, 10 reasons you don't listen. And we thought this was good. I'm not going to go through all 10 of them. But one of the reasons that people don't listen is because you're working on blaming the other person for your problems. And so you're so full of the word blame in your brain that you're not really listening. That was one of them. What's another one, honey?
I liked a couple of these. I think mistrust is huge.
Yes.
We all blow it with our spouses. I mean, we all make mistakes, and we all violate each other trust-wise. Yeah. But you have to get over that, especially if you're trying to forgive each other. And so I thought that was interesting, that mistrust is, you just got this feeling, this fundamental feeling that you are being manipulated, or you can't really trust the bottom line of what the person's telling you. So you've got to get over that and get that fixed in your relationship.
Absolutely. All right. So number one, it's all about you. Number two, number two, you aren't listening. And here's number three. You really don't embrace your differences. Mm-hmm. So, opposites attract, and then you get married and opposites attack. And so what happens is a lot of times people do not embrace their differences. And one of the number one places where people do not embrace their differences is their money.
Money.
It is just, we are seeing it over and over and over again, not embracing that money difference. And let's face it, majority of us marry our money opposites. I mean, that's just the way that it is. And so if you aren't embracing it and being encouraging of who they are, that's going to just tear the relationship apart. Yep. So one of the things that we have developed is the 5 money personalities.
This take your assessment.
Assessment, yes, absolutely. Super important. Everybody needs to know and own their money personalities and the person they're in relationships money personalities. Yep. Really important. Because if you don't, then you're fighting against it instead of embracing it, and that's going to, again, just tear your relationship apart. We're super excited. We have we just made another shipment order for our kit, the Love and Money Lifestyle Series kit, 90-day program where you can take the 5 money personalities and just explode them inside of your relationship.
Will change. You're not going to worry about any of these things. You are going to have a relationship that's working like just smooth perfectness, especially when it comes to your money.
Absolutely.
Which is the number one reason people get divorced. Yes. It's the number one reason that we fight in our relationships. Yes. So imagine just taking that out.
Yes.
Imagine taking that out of your relationship. All the good stuff you can replace in your relationship because you're not fighting about money anymore.
Absolutely. So we're really excited about that. We wanted to tell you about that today because we're going to get that shipment in here pretty soon. So stay tuned. We're going to have some special pricing because we've awesome. Got to get this kit in everybody's hand. Every relationship needs it, no doubt about it. So we're really excited. So embrace those differences, and especially money differences. Super important.
You can do it.
All right, everybody. So thumbs up. Yep, absolutely.
Happy anniversary, girlfriend. You're done.
Woohoo.
Boom.
Yay, happy anniversary. No more cancer-free. We're so excited.
10-year anniversary.
Thank you, everybody, for your support. I did a Facebook Live last week about it and have had lots and lots of viewers and just lots of encouragement, and we just really appreciate it. So, all right, there you go. 3 big mistakes that we're making that are killing relationships, but you know what? You can change it.
And we make them too.
Yep, we do.
And we're working on changing them.
Absolutely.
We're not perfect. Well,
absolutely.
I got things held together a little better. But, just kidding.
I love it.
Just
I love
kidding.
it. You're
all
so
right.
great.
You guys are such an amazing community.
Yes, you are.
We love you.
Yes,
Be blessed. And as always, make it happen.